Hello people, welcome back to the vlog snippets series. Today is March the 14th and my name is Marcia. I create this vlog snippet after I had created a post on Facebook, after I listened to a video that was all about money and money being the just energy, and that in the end all is energy, and that it depends on your relationship with money if you have enough in your pockets or not. So this is a kind of the law of attraction, but in the reality of the here and now, the money creation moment is causing lack and shortage and poverty, of course, that's inherent to each other. And that's in the money creation moment. When you have listened to my playlist and my other videos, you know that. And you have looked into the articles, the websites, the blogs I wrote, you know that. But still a lot of people don't. And I create this vlog snippet for those who are not aware or are aware, but are deliberately not giving people the correct information. Because, again, the current money, we know, the fiat money I'm talking about, is not just energy, is not neutral energy. It simply is not. Current fiat money is based in lack and shortage, control over, etc. We can see through money, and we did that. We can see through the spreadsheet that money is. It is nothing more than a spreadsheet. But it's all about how money comes into existence. And in the reality of the here and now, money comes into existence on behalf of people's mortgages and loans, which are not loans. When you have listened to my previous videos, you know that by now. The money is created out of nothing. It's only a spreadsheet. Must be created out of nothing because money doesn't grow on trees, and it's absolutely not necessary to back up money with gold, silver, stocks, etc. Again, when you have listened to my previous videos, you know that. You have that information already. The truth is that we people are the counter value of money. So in the reality of the here and now, the money numbers are only created on behalf of mortgages and loans, which are not loans, and only people who are already well can go to the bank and ask for a mortgage or a loan, quotes. People who are not well financially are not allowed to create those money numbers for themselves. This is inequity. This is injustice done among people. And this goes on for ages already, and it is still going on. And we have seen through this. We have seen through the spreadsheet, and we have provided humanity with an answer, but the answer is still rejected. And those who reject the answer are talking about the false law of attraction, implicating that people should grow in their spiritual awareness to receive what they need. As if the universe is responsible and can be taken accountable for the fact that we people cause collective issues on Earth. We are responsible, we people are. We are to be taken accountable for the fact that our direct access to life is robbed from us. We are the many. So we people can stand up. And all people I am talking about, but especially those who carry the awareness according to themselves. Because when you are passing on false information about the current money and the current systems, you are accountable for the fact that you pass on false information, especially when you have a huge following. In the video I listened to, things were said like you need to be receptive to receive what you need. In the end, all is energy. That would be true when we would have direct access to Earth, her resources, and each other's talents. In other words, when we would live organically together on Earth. But we don't. That's the fact. That's the reality of the here and now. So when you say that, then my response is, of course, the child suffering from hunger is not receptive. People think about this. Do you buy this false information? Think and feel and shout out loud. Create those fucking money numbers for the child that suffers from hunger. It's as simple as that. But of course, that child needs to grow in its spiritual awareness. Think about that. A child which is suffering from hunger due to collective caused issues, I'm talking about collectively caused issues, that child needs to grow in its spiritual awareness. How silly is that? That child is suffering from hunger, or that child is running from bombs. How can you throw that child back onto itself? You can only do that when you are a psychopath. Then you talk this kind of language and you act upon this kind of language. And of course, a child cannot work with energy, and that's the reason why it's suffering from hunger, because when you can work with energy, you receive what you need, is what is said. But the reality of the here and now is that the direct access to the things the child needs is occupied in money. So provide the child with the money number it needs to feed itself. It's as simply as that. And the child can flow and flower in its own context. Life will flow and flower in its own context. So the life of the child also. So when you talk about money is energy in the end, all is energy and frequency, I ask you a few questions. Can you buy bread and pay your rent with frequency? Can you buy bread or pay your rent with love and passion? I don't think so. Can you yourself, in the now, create a tomato or a shelter out of nothing? I do not think so. And even when you can, in the here and now, others cannot yet. Because it's not so easy to transmute your inner when you are starving from hunger or running from bombs. We do not need to dismantle the old structures within the old paradigm first. We can lift the new earth references and let unfold grow the new by living it as interdependent co-creators. And because of this, the old will dismantle itself or need to transform. So there is no waiting. When you say you are aware and you see through the old paradigm and you are aware that in the end all is energy, then take ownership and embody that awareness by living it today. Those who see through the old system and see the new are the ones who embed the transition because they truly care and feel the compassion. When you have no compassion, you can't truly take care of. And when you do, and you see the new choices from the new paradigm, you live them. And when you do see, you are not better than those who do not see yet. That's all from the old. But only egos are not open for a totally new, which in fact is organic, experience which is totally made applicable. Meanwhile, the child is offered to the state the awareness, consciousness, the state of the world is in. All those children suffering from hunger in wars, ritual child abuse, they need justice. And it is so very simple to do the justice today. Not tomorrow, not next week, no, today. It was already possible years ago. But it is rejected, and it is rejected up till today. We don't get to cause innocent beings and children so much harm as a collective and just get away with it and move on as if nothing happened. There needs to be justice done on this earth, in this world. Justice is in the correction, in the several life impulses. So also when you yourself have the possibility to move away from the system, move away from society, still you are accountable. You should be accountable for the fact that the child is suffering and needs justice. You can't avoid it by moving away, by just not looking or putting your head in the sand. When you totally understand this, you provide humanity with a total different message. So this was my post and comments on Facebook, and someone wrote a comment, and that goes like this. Also, I met extremely enlightened super beings that totally live in the, quotes, new world, while 5 miles ahead kids die of lack of water. Maybe we should say, I care and understand we are the body of earth, and no one nor any part of us is excluded. I believe we either all evolve or nobody does. And my response to that human is, how can one be truly extremely enlightened super being while 5 miles ahead kids die of a lack of water? That's totally false enlightenment. Exactly. We are in this together, and the new earth excludes nobody and no thing. We live on this earth, and the consciousness on this earth is layered, and some carry more awareness than others. This is not judgment, this is observation. Those who carry more awareness, consciousness, carry more responsibility and need to take ownership and embed the transition. And I should place need between quotes because it's a free choice, and should, without quotes, a free choice. Below the post, I received comments by which I feel that some more people seem to understand the profound meaning of the I in we, which is different from I and we. In the I in we, the I feels responsible and takes ownership for the collective. So when only one child is suffering due to collectively caused issues like poverty, the whole collective suffers. This is being a true, authentic human being. So I'm not talking here about a savior program. It's absolutely not about that. It's about being responsible and accountable for the collectively caused issues on earth, and we all are responsible and accountable for that. When you have gone through my information and understand it, you understand that it's not about money at all. the current money creation moment and the current systems, which includes the money system, is the expression of the power over control, etc., that is deliberately installed on Earth. And the collective agreed, and the collective still agrees. Consequently, the collective agrees with the reality of the here and now, that collective poverty is caused on Earth and inequity among people. In other words, injustice. We have seen through this all, we have seen totally through the spreadsheet, and we found the on-off button, which is the transmutation. A transmutation means that you have found what causes all collective issues, and you have found the answer to that by which all collective issues will dissolve or need to transform. We found that answer. Up till today, most people reject the answer. People reject to apply the answer. So when you apply the answer, all collectively caused issues and problems need to dissolve or transform. And when you do not apply the answer, they will go on. That's a transmutation, because you have found the deepest cause of the issues. Existence money is the answer. Existence money will work through all the overlays by which they have to transform or dissolve, like I said. Furthermore, the other life impulses must be implemented as a correction, justice, to the harm that is done among people. By doing so, we move to a 0 point. And from that energetic 0 point also, so the 0 point is on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically, and financially, on all levels. From that 0 point, we have our organic living togetherness back on Earth, and eventually justice will be restored on Earth. When you understand this totally, you live this in your own life. You live the correction in your own life, in the reality of the here and now. You will not say that people and children who experience poverty need to take their power back. You will not throw them back onto themselves. That's totally detached and dissociated from being a true human. Think about this. When you are running from bombs, would you say, I have to take my power back? Or when you are suffering from hunger, would you say, think, or feel, I need to take my power back? That would be totally detached. Of course, from a distance, you can say this. So from detachment, you can say this behind the screen in your cozy and warm room. When we people do not live the correction, then eventually there will be a correction from outside, because This can't go on and on and on and on. It simply can't. The energy will be totally eaten up, and there will not be energy anymore to go on with this system or another system. All humanity have to look themselves in the face, in the mirror. When you have a true soul, you feel true compassion and act accordingly. When you have not saved your own soul and laugh at other people's poverty and pain caused due to collective, deliberately caused lack and shortage, power over, control, etc., you will not laugh in the end. And I am not someone who are predicting things. I can't, because it can change overnight. But when I hear people with a huge following throwing other people, including children, back onto themselves, humanity has a long way to go when they allow themselves to be distracted due to those kind of false, evil, even energies. Thank you for listening to this vlog snippet. I will put some links to articles in the description of this vlog snippet. I will put a link of the article Abundance is, and it's not about money at all. I will put those links below in the description. And when you want to look in the other information, you can go to my YouTube channel and look into the playlists I created. And from there you will find the blogs, the academy I created as homeschooling. And that's about it. I hope you received some insights from this, and you will be able to let it sink in yourself and let do my information its work within you, by which you feel from your inner self you have other choices from the new paradigm which you can apply in the here and now in your own life and your own living togetherness. Like to meet you again in the next vlog snippet.